Greetings and happy holidays everyone. So let's get to the business right away. So as you can see in the settings, I used DLSS at quality unless specified otherwise. I disabled chromatic aberration, no motion blur as always, and depth of field is at ultra because it's forced, so there is no way to disable it. You can only set it to low or ultra, so I decided to set it to ultra. So for the first part I'm going to show you simple gameplay and what you can expect from performance for the most majority of the game, and later I will show you a little bit different scenario. And in the meantime I would like to talk about the game itself. Now recently I finished both games and I enjoyed both of them for the most of the time, but there are a few things that really annoyed me. If you have played this game, you would know that you cannot backtrack and you cannot explore different areas if you proceeded to the main objective. So sometimes the game doesn't show you which one is the main objective and which one is the side content, like additional exploration. Sometimes you can get mixed up and you'll proceed to the main objective and you will not be able to get back to the additional exploration areas. So that's my pet peeve with this game, at least one of them. One of the biggest issue with this game that I had is that the AI of enemies or guards or whatever you will get in the gameplay are very flawed once you get fully detected. So let me explain. So there are a few stages of enemy awareness. The first one is when you will not be spotted at all, so they will do their own business. And the second one is when you will get fully spotted. So the biggest issue with the second stage, once you get fully spotted, they will actively search for you forever, which I guess is fine. But the biggest issue with that is that they know your location, even if they haven't seen you in that specific spot. So once you get fully detected, you will go to other area and they will constantly follow you forever. And once you go to the different area later, even if they never see you in that area, they will follow you. I guess you could play around that, but it becomes very frustrating because it's just not fair that they know your location. It should be fine if they will search in your previous location, but constantly knowing that is just not realistic, and I have no idea why developers decided to choose that route. And the last complaint from me about this game is about one exact mission. Well, there are a few others, but this one really tested my patience. So without major spoilers, that mission have one big bonfire. And I swear that mission was bugged. The objective was to go to the docks and I had to go through a bunch of enemies. And well, you would think, well, what's the problem? What's so frustrating? Well, firstly, you're supposed to have support from one ship. That ship shoots down your enemies along the way. So at first, I don't know, couple sections, he definitely did that. And in the middle of that area, he stopped doing that, and the whole map was supposed to play like that you'll get support constantly and go to your objective. But instead, he stops doing that, and you will be stuck in that weird position where you have to go stealthy, but the map wasn't supposed to play like that. So it was very frustrating experience for me. While playing that mission, I thought, well, that's why I don't play stealth-based games. It's just so frustrating. And excluding those issues that I had, in general, the game is actually very good. But the story is good, well-paced, but at certain points, the final outcome of the story wasn't any surprise for me, and I was very well prepared for that. So it didn't hit emotionally as much as, for example, Metro Exodus game. which was so much more emotional for me at least. But in general, I think I can highly recommend both games, the first one Innocence and Requiem. So yeah, while the both games have issues, definitely, I think they are worth to try. And while I finished my commentary with the game itself, let's get to the other section that I talked about.
Whoa! Very pretty. So?
This is where my kingdom stops.
That branch is your frontier?
Yes!
Why not?
So getting back to performance, and this section is actually one of the most CPU demanding in the game. There are a few others, but this is one of them. So while it's not really important from gameplay standpoint because all you're doing is just walking around, it's very CPU demanding. So check the CPU utilization in this area. Even with DLSS at quality, sometimes I'm actually CPU limited. Just note the GPU utilization dropping below 97% in some areas. As you can see in this area, I'm actually quite a bit CPU limited. But overall it's very playable, it's 70 above FPS or so, so yeah. I really don't have major issues with that, but it's still surprising to see. Now to alleviate the workloads more to the CPU even more, I decided to put DLSS at performance mode, which makes a CPU bound scenario completely. As you can see that the GPU utilization never reaches 90 or 95%. So while it is multi-threaded, I would like to see better CPU utilization. As you can see, I'm at 30% or up to 35% of CPU utilization, which would indicate that the game can utilize up to 12 CPU threads.
What a fist! 2 coins, he's gonna win.
I really wonder what our house looks like inside.
So yeah, this is pretty much everything that I wanted to cover about this game. The performance, my opinion about the game. I would like to wish a Merry Christmas everyone, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you sometime soon. I guess in a couple of days or even later. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye for now.